Friends, buddies, pals, how you doing? Welcome back to another video. It's another Friday filler, and this one, I've been looking forward to making this one. And the thing I'm pretty excited to tell you about is this. The trash stash. So going back over the last couple of months of videos, you may or you may not have noticed me using like a little black cylinder that I've been stashing all my old spare trash line in. So a lot of you have been asking about, like, you know, what it is, where you can get one and what it's all about. So what it was, my buddy Eric's a bit of a kind of quiet genius, I reckon, and he came up with it. And we were fishing one day and he gave me one of these things he made up at home on his 3D printer, and it was the original version of this. I kind of chucked it on my hip pack and I started using it, and became apparent really quickly just how good this thing was. So I kind of pressured him a bit and I poked him a bit and I kind of shook him a bit, and I eventually wore him down, and I convinced him that, like, this is actually a really good thing, mate, and you should probably make them and sell them, because I haven't found anything else like it before. Anyway, he eventually caved, and what we've been doing over the last couple of months is we've been kind of tweaking it and trying it out and doing some little, like, you know, changes here and there just to make it a bit more of a quality product and get it like really, really good. And we've finally done it. I say we, I shouldn't say we, because I actually had nothing to do with it other than just like say this would be better and maybe that would be good and maybe you should do that. Then he goes away and I don't know what he does, but he comes back and he changes it, and we've finally come up with something that I think is really, really good. And it's this guy. This is the final product. This is what's going to be available. Let me run you through it. So the genius of it is its simplicity, really. What you've got is you've got this cylinder shape that pulls apart, and you have an internal piece as well. Now the inside part is a tube with a slit down it and some Velcro in there, and a little kind of twirly knob thing at the bottom. Stop it. Put the two together, click it into place. So when you have some spare line, some old line, some trash line, bits of tippet or stuff like that, if it's a long piece of line, just fold it in half a couple of times, pop one end into the little slot there, and then just start turning that little wheel at the bottom. The Velcro catches it, sucks it all inside that tube and holds it nice and firm, and doesn't go anywhere. The problem I had with the old Smith Creek trash fish is that as good as it was, and sometimes I find when I go out the other side of a big bush bash, I find I've actually lost half that stuff that was hanging off my trash fish anyway, and it was probably in the bushes somewhere, and that always bothered me. There's no chance of that happening with this because it's all stored inside the tube. You can connect this to a lanyard, or I have mine attached to my hip pack. You can have it hanging off your vest or whatever. You can attach it to anything. The hole in the top of it's big enough to get a carabiner through, or some paracord, or whatever you want, however you want to attach that to your gear. So all you do when you get home is you pull out the inside bit and you grab a pair of scissors and then just cut up that slit. Once you cut that and you drop it in the bin, it's in nice short pieces of line rather than long pieces that can get caught up around animals and wildlife and that sort of stuff once it ends up in a landfill wherever it goes. So that's another really good point I like about it. It forces you to cut your line up into short sections, and I think that's a really important thing that probably a lot of people don't think about. And then once that's cleaned up, it takes you literally seconds to do. Chuck it back in and you're good to go again. It's such a good bit of kit. I'm super excited to have actually had anything to do with this. It's the first thing I've actually had anything to do with the kind of research and development side of it, and it's been a really cool process, and I'm actually super, super proud to have anything to do with this because it's a really good bit of kit. It's super important. I think as anglers we should all have, if not this, something like this, because it's up to us to take all our crap home with us and not leave it around on the riverbank. This is going to be available to buy from the 1st of October. If you go through the link in the description below, you can buy directly from Eric, and I'll get a couple of bucks which I can throw back into the channel and pay for stuff, which would be awesome. Failing that, you can drop into Taupo Rod and Tackle and you can buy them from there because they're going to stock them as well. They think it's a great idea as well, and it is. It's a brilliant, brilliant idea. There's going to be 4 colours. We've got the red one, the black one, the orange one, and the blue one. They all look pretty cool. I don't actually know which one I like best, so I'll probably just rotate through different colours like I do with my watches, but they're all really cool colours, and you know what, it's set at a price point that is really, really reasonable. You know, if you're going to be dropping thousands of dollars on a rod, hundreds of dollars on a reel, waders, boots, gear, flies, fluoro, bags, cameras, all that kind of stuff, 25 bucks for one of these should be a no-brainer. These are going to ship internationally, so you're going to have to add postage on top, but it's still worth it. because of the exchange rate, you're still getting a really good deal for a wicked bit of kit, and I think you should do it. It actually holds a ton of line. Like, I'm pretty bad at remembering to empty it in between fishing trips, so I've gone 3 or 4 fishing trips and I've still managed to be able to just jam line in there, and it chews it up and hangs onto it. It doesn't jam up or anything. So it holds a lot of line, and I think it's something everybody should have. So Eric's gonna do a 1-year guarantee with this. If it breaks because of a manufacturing thing, within a year he'll just replace it for free. You can't really argue with that, can you? I mean, that's pretty good. It's a great idea, it's built well, it's solid, it looks super cool. Dare I say, it feels good in your hand. There's something strangely satisfying when you wind that line in and the Velcro catches it and it just kind of chews it up and it just disappears inside that little cylinder. I don't know what it is, but it's really satisfying to do. As with everything I use and everything I recommend, I use it because I think it's good and I believe in it, and that's the same with this thing. I've been trialing it for the last couple of months, and it is by far the best thing of this nature that I've found yet, and I think everyone that gets one will really like using it. Head over, click on that link below, go over and check it out, and please drop a few bucks, get one, keep it on you and use it. Help look after the place, keep the rivers cleaner, keep that line off the riverbanks, and keep it where it should be, in the bin. Give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment in the comment section below, and all that good stuff. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.